What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing another client testimonial or case study with one of our clients, Nick, who just wrapped up his time in the Physique Lab coaching program. He lost 28 pounds with us, and I'll go ahead and put his transformation photos down below so you guys can see exactly what that looked like. Before we get into it, I do want to make you aware of two quick things though. One of them is going to be a program overview video, which I will link down in the video description. I'll also link it as a time card somewhere up there, so you can either click that or click down below and watch that video, because it's going to go through and explain step by step exactly how everything here at the Physique Lab works. The second thing is going to be a link to my calendar, which I'll also put down in the video description below. But as you're watching this, if you are super interested in learning more about the Physique Lab and you want to chat with either myself or one of my client success managers, so that way we can start coming up with a custom roadmap for you to actually help you reach your goals, then go ahead, click that link down in the description and book a Zoom call with one of us. But without further ado, let's dive into it and hear what Nick has to say. All right, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am here with Nick, who just wrapped up his time in the Physique Lab coaching program. I want to do like a client testimonial, or I guess a client case study, and allow Nick to share about his time inside of the program and also the results that he's been getting the last 6 months. So without further ado, let's dive into it and hear what Nick has to say. But what's going on, Nick? How's your day going, man?
Good. How you doing, Tyler?
Doing well, doing well. Appreciate you hopping on this call, man. Super excited for this. But I guess we can start with this, dude. Like, where were you before you started this program? And then where would you say you are now after having gone through it?
So probably before this program, just very self-conscious about myself. Didn't know really where to, how to get back in shape. It was just something that was never really taught, and truthfully, it was just kind of overwhelming. I'd try to, cut calories, but then I'd find myself indulging in things, and then it was a lot to try to do just, on my own research. But kind of now I'm more self-conscious about what I eat. I feel more um, confident in my body, feeling comfortable in the clothes that I wear.
Mm, yeah, amazing. Lots of good wins there. And then I think you started the program around what was like 200, 201, somewhere in that range. And then
Mhm.
where are you weighing in like this last couple of weeks? Share with everybody where you've been at.
Right
Obviously, there's
now I'm
daily
about,
fluctuations, but
oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go
Right now
ahead.
I'm about mid to low 70s,
Yeah.
170.
So roughly like 30 pounds or so. Like what I was
Mhm.
saying is obviously there's daily fluctuations. So I think you had a new low a couple of days ago, but since then scale ticked up a little bit, which is normal, as you now know, having gone through the program. But dude, that's amazing. Down 30 pounds. Also, we're looking at those progress photos from where you were at the start versus to where you are now. It's like, dude, two totally different versions of you, which is absolutely amazing to see. But I guess what would you say is like the biggest result that we achieved together? Was it the weight loss? Is it the confidence that you're talking about? The nutritional education? Like, what was that biggest thing for you?
Probably the biggest thing, definitely the confidence, but also just the uh, knowledge of nutrition. I mean, looking at nutrition labels now, I kind of feel more comfortable in what I'm looking for. I know how to pick out, things to eat. I don't feel like I'm starving myself in any ways. I have a variety of meals, but it's still within, what kind of nutrition I need to eat week to week.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've kind of like made you the CEO, so to speak, of your own nutrition life, where you can look at those labels and you know how to make those decisions for yourself, which is really what we want to do here. We want to empower you and give you that type of education. So I love to hear that. But dude, I know, 6 months ago, you were busy with work, you're in a master's program, you're heavily involved at church. What made you want to sign up in the first place with all of those other commitments going on?
So I feel like it was just kind of like the oddest of things. Like one of your videos happened to come across. I
Hmm.
liked it, and then I think it was more or less your quickness and response and reaching out, um, kind of attracted me because it didn't seem something, too commercial, like wanted to meet on Zoom, you wanted to talk about what my ambitions were, what my goals were, and it felt very tailored. And then even when I said to you, why wouldn't I take, my money and find someone who's local and can meet me in the gym? The biggest thing I think for me was that you said, this was not I have to give up my schedule or work my schedule around someone else, but that you were working with me.
Hmm.
You're working around my schedule. And it's definitely something that I saw was like, with my busy lifestyle with school and everything,
Yep.
you kind of help me, find places that I can get in workouts so that I can find balance in my nutrition. And it wasn't like this, 180 of my lifestyle. And it kind of, as it progressed, I was able to begin to change my lifestyle around, having a more healthier one. So now it's, I make sure when I leave work, I pack clothes to hit the trails and go running. I make sure to pack my meals the night before just to kind of prepare to succeed.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's something too where I always tell people that this isn't some cookie cutter program. I know for you specifically, there were a couple times where we had to change things around. We had the knee injury. What was that, like 2 months into the program? So we had to shift things to just upper body. Then we started incorporating your PT exercises and then getting back to running and all that kind of stuff. So definitely work around with all those things that are coming up. But props to you for just pushing through and like not giving up when those obstacles arise, because it's oftentimes when people are doing that on their own, that's the thing that gets them off track. And then we all know getting back on track is very difficult, right? So I love that answer. But that was when you were joining the program, right? Talk to me about when you actually were inside of the program. Like, what was the experience of working with me inside of the Physique Lab like?
So you definitely held me accountable. That was probably the biggest thing I needed was accountability because for me, not just kind of getting caught up in work, getting caught up in school, like I tend to put a lot of things that should be a priority to the side. So working with you, you kind of helped me stay accountable to what I needed to do. You made sure that I was doing my check-ins and as also as well, like you were trying to, continue to push me to do a bit more, not just stay in one place, but making sure that I hit all my workouts in the week, making sure that my macros stay in place. So that definitely was a huge thing while in the program was that way you held me accountable and not in a way that was kind of like made me want to quit, but
Mhm.
rather made me want to continue to make sure I'm not failing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe you agree with this, but the way I consider my coaching style isn't, I'm not a drill sergeant, so I'm not going to like bash you over the head about things. But at the same time, I'm not your best buddy or your mom that's going to like pat you on the back and be like, everything's okay. It's that sweet spot of like,
Right.
hey, I have empathy for you, but we need to keep going in that direction to get to where it is you communicated to me on that first call in terms of that end result. Yeah, dude. And I guess having gone through the program now, what would you say is like, I guess, the biggest lifestyle change or takeaway now that you're coming out on the other side?
I think the biggest lifestyle change is definitely the nutrition, knowing that, just kind of being self-conscious about like,
Mhm.
um, like, wow, like that candy bar that I feel like would be nothing, all of a sudden like, well, you have two, three of those. Well, that's, your carbs for the day. Um, as well as to just kind of, um, probably, fitting in those workouts, making sure
Mhm.
like, I never thought that like only 30 minutes is what, I can fit easily into my day.
Mhm.
Um, and then just kind of building from that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of people watching this that are on the fence about the Physique Lab. They've heard about it. Maybe they found me on Instagram or YouTube, whatever it might be. Maybe they've even spoken to me through the DMs. But that's something where I know there's a lot of people that are a little bit hesitant to join. So if someone's aware of the program, they're seeing the client results inside of the program, but they haven't actually decided to make that commitment to join and get that result for themselves, what would you say to that type of person who is sitting on the fence right now?
I would say do it. I mean, it's an investment on your life. It's not something like you're going to walk away with, an asset that you're going to be able to show off to people, but rather it's an investment on your lifestyle. It's something that, you're learning and you're going to continue with it beyond the program, which I'm looking forward to. I don't see this as like a end to the, my fitness journey, but rather just, this was that springboard that I'll
Yeah,
hopefully continue on um, beyond that. So I would say take that leap, trust Tyler. He's a trustworthy guy, and he's going to lead you to the results that you're looking for.
absolutely. Love that, man. That springboard analogy where it's like, we're just getting started. people think that this is the end of the journey, but no, baby, we're just getting started. So I love to hear that. Is there anything else that you want to share with anybody who might be viewing this video in the future?
If you're truly on the fence, do it. I mean, it really, I have no regrets about the program. I know when I had the knee injury just a month in, and I was, not able, I was on crutches. Um, I honestly thought like, all right, like maybe I need to talk to Tyler and kind of back off until I'm able to be in a spot where I can do this. But like he said before, it was something that he worked around, what my ability was at that moment, and I continued to see results. Um, and so honestly, it's a great program.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and turn those notification bells on so you don't miss when I post new videos. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.